This is Shutout Sessions with KyTheGoalie, and today we have an absolute menace from Long Island. A media machine, a former Barstool guy, and one of the wildest minds behind the Freestyle podcast. Make some noise for Kevin McDougal, aka Doogs. Hey, how you doing today, Doogs?
Kai, thanks for having me, man. I've been waiting for this since you announced the podcast. I've been waiting for the invite. I'm so happy to be joining you tonight. And that was an awesome introduction. You're like a pro at this. That's better. That's a better intro than I've ever had.
Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to have you on. I'm really excited for this. So let's just get right into it. So take me back a little bit. When was the first time you ever picked up a lacrosse stick?
Wow, that's a throwback question right there, Kai. I think I might have been 4 years old at the beach playing fiddlesticks, trying to keep up with the older guys, having no idea what I was doing. I think the first time I played organized lacrosse, I was in kindergarten, 5th grade, St. Paul's Crescent Circle for any of the Long Islanders listening to this podcast right now. Just enjoying the game, doing a couple clinics with the dads in town, and I immediately fell in love with the challenge of lacrosse.
Well, obviously, you're from Long Island. That's basically a lacrosse factory. How do you feel that shaped your game?
Well, one, it's the best place. It's the best factory for lacrosse. It's better than Baltimore. It's better than Philly, Jersey, anywhere in the country. Long Island is number one. And I think the scene was a little insane. I'm not sure how old are you, Kai?
I'm 12.
12. So yeah, by the time I was 12, I'm sure you're feeling it playing it on the summer circuit. It's every weekend, every night of the summer. It's a practice. Tryouts coming up in like July, and feel like I really was doing the summer ball when it really started picking up steam. And at a young age, I was on a loaded team with Mac O'Keefe, Ryan Tierney, some other guys that have played in the PLL, and I think that it shaped me into, always challenged me to be a better lacrosse player, and made me fall in love with the game, especially on the defensive end, because Long Islanders breed good defense.
Let's head to your Dalton and where you played club lacrosse. Tell me about your Dalton days.
Say, ready? So this is Dayton in Ohio, and that's good. That's because I need anybody and everybody to know about Dayton, Ohio lacrosse. This was a way different experience, Kai, because you came from Long Island, where it's ultra competitive. Even the worst players were pretty good, and I think at Dayton it was, guys would come from non-traditional places, and they were either really athletic with no stick skills, kids that wanted to just party and didn't really want to play lacrosse too seriously. So it was definitely an intriguing mix of characters, but I loved it. I kind of fell out of love with the game of lacrosse. I would say going into college, just was so burnt out. Didn't play for a couple years, and then once the PLL started becoming a thing, I was like, you know what, I'm going to play again, and I fell back in love with the sport, and played post college, played club, but my experience was great. I think that any time you can extend your career, or any time that you can pick up the stick, you should be grateful. If it's club, D3, D2, D1, anytime you can play lacrosse, it's a great thing. And I think that the club level is way more competitive than people realize.
All right, so I know you're a big Obi Toppin guy.
Yes.
If Obi Toppin walked up to you right now and said, let's play a pickup game to 15, one-on-one, what do you think the end score would be?
Well, Obi, I don't know if I'd be able to even get a shot off. I think my strategy would just be like practice a couple of half quarters leading up to the one-on-one game, but I'm not even sure if I can get by him. If he's treating me like a Make-A-Wish kid, I think I can maybe get one by him, but I don't know. I don't know if he'll let me off that easy. He doesn't want to be on the YouTube channel. We probably have Pelkey there with his vlog camera vlogging the whole thing, so maybe Obi would probably bring his A game, so I don't think I'd get a shot off.
I love, you don't hold anything back.
Nope, no, you can't. You can't in the media game. I'm sure you already realize this. You got to be authentic in yourself, and you can't hold anything back.
Well, yeah, that's actually kind of a good strategy. Someone of that caliber, you're not probably gonna just get past them and get a layup. So taking a half-court shot's probably the best thing you can get.
Look, every coach would hate the shot, but I'm sure you hear this from coaches in lacrosse. Sometimes sometimes when you're going up a defender and you're like, look, I can't get by this guy. Just like, let's just see what the goalie has today. And just maybe throw a bouncer. Maybe high bouncers will go. Same thing in basketball. If you just chuck one up, you never know unless you take the chance.
Yeah. You're a full-on media machine. How do you get started into doing sports, radio, and commentary?
So I realized probably right in college, what I wanted to do was not be an accountant or a traditional job. I think I wanted to do something in the media landscape. So I started just blogging on the side in college as a full-time student. Started doing my college radio station, talking all things sports. The PLL kind of came on at the same time. Got some cool opportunities before working at Barstool, being able to go to a couple of the weekends of season 1. So really started to come into my own going to senior year. And then eventually I landed a gig running the Barstool Dayton account. Got an interview and started helping out with the gambling pages. And from there at Barstool, Jordy realized that I was a lacrosse guy who started the Crease Dive. Shout out to Jordy. And he gave me the opportunity to come on as a co-host after a little tryout. I think I did well on the tryout. Probably, said some stupid things that picked up traction on social media. So came on, and from there, now it's me, Jordy Nestler, and I'm loving it.
So let's talk about your Barstool Sports times. Do you think that helped you get better about what you do today with all these podcasts?
Yeah, totally. I think that at Barstool, anytime you say something, it could be picked up on the mic. So you gotta always be ready to speak, to stick up for yourself, to have a take, stand by it. Someone telling you, no, I think you're wrong. Here's why. Coming back with a rebuttal saying, no, I think I'm right. Here's why. Sometimes, I like to take the argument that's a little bit tougher. Even if I'm not sure if I believe it in the morning, I can kind of talk myself into it. And I kind of like the challenge of being like, well, I know I'm on the tougher side of this argument, but let me try to talk my way into it. And I think that at Barstool, it's authenticity and being true to yourself and true to your takes is one of the big things that I picked away. And also hard work. Like, you got to be consistent. You got to always post. You always got to be on. And you're not always going to be the star. You got to pick up tools like social media, production, and all those things help you become a great content creator. So, yeah, I think that Barstool has definitely helped shape me into what I want to do today.
So, you're everywhere online, from X, TikTok to YouTube, and you're bouncing from podcast to podcast.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Crease Dive podcast. How did that come to be?
So, Jordy started that, I think, when I was in college. I want to say 2017. He had 2 different co-hosts, and I met him at PLL Week 2 at Red Bull Arena, which is now Sports Illustrated Arena, which is where the PLL Championship will be. Hope to see everybody there. But yeah, Jordy, we kind of built a relationship online. I think he started noticing that I was talking a lot of lacrosse on X. Saw that I did a lot of lacrosse commentary videos, and he invited me on for an episode. Did pretty well, and he was like, look, we should keep this character on if he could be a good third mic for us. So I kind of took on this third role, and then the Crease Dive kind of came into fruition of the modern era, as we'll call it. We brought on Nestler as an intern, and yeah, the Crease Dive is very fun. It's not your traditional podcast. It's like, I like to say, it's kind of like you end practice, you're in the locker room, and you just want to talk lacrosse with the guys, what's going on in like the college and PLL space. We can sometimes forget. We don't even know where the conversation is going to go. And we just kind of like to keep it loose, keep it fun, and kind of keep it that locker room chatter.
Yeah. I also saw that y'all have some merch on. That you have some merch out. So I'll definitely have to be copying a shirt soon.
Are you having Nestler on?
Yeah.
All right, you got to talk. You got to talk to him about it. I didn't even know that we were coming out with merch, and he all of a sudden I saw he was promoting it. I was like, I didn't even know we had shirts. So he could speak more on that. He's a great salesman.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having Nestler on. He's gonna be a really good guest. I love watching the podcast. It's a really fun experience because y'all, like you said, y'all are just like talking. Like, y'all don't really have a specific direction. Y'all are just talking, having fun, and it's just like you're in the conversation, kind of. That's why I really enjoy watching podcasts like that.
Yeah, me and Nestler love when we have the chat open. Those Friday shows, those pregame shows where you guys all join the chat, and we know you're active in there. You're in every single Lacrosse Live. So, like, people like you who we see in the chat, and then starting up at 12 years old, your own podcast with the media, still playing lacrosse. And it's like, it's awesome to see what you're doing. I'm so happy that you're kind of like this first age of YouTube podcasting. You're the youngest lacrosse podcaster easily right now.
The reason I'm doing this is I want to promote the game of lacrosse. I want to talk lacrosse with people. I want to just get out there and promote lacrosse because it's a fun sport. Not many people know about it. Even, like, it's not one of the top 4 most famous sports of all time, and I think it should be up there. So that's why I'm doing this. I just want to promote the game.
I love that answer, and that's the exact reason I'm doing it. It's all for the promotion of the game. The lacrosse has taught me so much, so many friendships have come from the sport, and anything I could do to kind of help grow it, propel it, and use any sort of platform I have, as little or big as it is, obviously. And I absolutely love what you're doing, and I might be your number 1 fan. I don't know if you know this. I am the number 1 KyTheGoalie fan. I will support you every single day. Whenever you need something, always let me know.
Thank you very much. Tell the people listening what you can expect from the new season of this podcast.
I think we're kind of in a transition period. I left Barstool and took on a new job. I'm kind of like, I'd consider myself like a PLL player at this point. I have my day job, and then kind of sets me up to be able to do what I want at the night and the weekends, which is making more lacrosse content, being on more podcasts. So Nestler's kind of going through the stages of what the show is going to look like. I think next season, we have some ideas for what we want to do for lacrosse. Is it more live shows? Is it more Friday happy hours, incorporating the chat? That's some things that we're looking into. I think right now trying to do this right in the middle of the summer has been pretty tough and a challenge that we didn't expect. So for right now, it's going to be a lot of the Pelkey show, and then hop on the crease dive when I can.
All right. So it's time for one of my favorite parts of the whole podcast. We're going in some rip it or skip it. Rip it means you like it, yes. Skip it means no, you don't like it, all right? You ready?
Great segment. I know I'm going to love this already.
All right, let's hop right into it. Goalies who chirp after every single missed shot.
Rip it. I love that move. I used to do it all the time. Rip it.
Face-off guys who scream before the whistle to get hype.
Skip it. I hate that move. I didn't even know that people really did that. That is an insane move. That's a psychopath.
Yo, midfielders who take 30-second shifts and act like they ran a marathon.
Rip it. They're meant for Hollywood. You got to act a little bit.
Attackmen who only ride when coach is watching.
Skip it. You gotta, I'm a Kavanaugh guy. You gotta ride every single minute of a game. If you lose that ball, you better do everything you can to get it back. And how are the coaches not even going to be, look, like, you're in the middle of a game. You can't just ride at practice. I mean, that's crazy. You got to always ride.
Yeah, you gotta go full speed all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Warm Gatorade that's been in your bag all day.
You know what? I'm ripping that. I sneaky kind of love a warm Gatorade when you're dehydrated as anything at one of those fields after a long game, and you're just like, I will drink anything at this point. I'll rip that Gatorade.
Oh, no. Oh,
you're skipping it?
Yes, I'm skipping that all day.
Oh, I would rip that.
Warm Gatorade? Like, you're getting an orange Gatorade, right? And then you're like, this is going to be some ice-cold Gatorade. You sip on it, and then it's like, it's like sweat. It tastes like sweat.
I'd rather have a cold one, but if the only option is warm, I'll rip that 10 times out of 10.
Oh my gosh, dude. No breakfast. We're on to the next one. No breakfast for a tournament.
Skip it. Because I'm not the type, I can't have one slice. Like, I'm going to have multiple. And then I have to skip it.
Full buffet between tournament games.
That's I'll rip that. I'll rip that. The camaraderie, because if you're going to a buffet with friends in between games, you know that you're going to have a good time and you're all going to be in it together. So I'll rip that. It's not a good decision. Everybody should probably skip it. But now, at the ripe age of 27, looking back at it, I would do anything to be at a buffet with 10 of my friends in the middle of a lacrosse tournament.
Pre-game practice energy equals 3 Pop-Tarts and a Red Bull.
Rip it. You're 12 years old. You only can get to do that once. If you're 25, you can't do that. But 12 years old, you can do anything. The metabolism's out of control. 3 Pop-Tarts, make it 4.
4? Oh,
yeah, make it 4 Pop-Tarts, 2 Red Bulls. That's the way to do it.
All right. Dudes, one of the things I love is how you have the most unfiltered takes on any of your podcasts. So I got a thing for you. Start, bench, cut. 1 game, 1 win. Humanity's on the line. We got Liam Intiman, Blaze Reardon, and Brett Dobson. Start, bench, cut.
Wow, good one. All right. I'm starting Blaze. I think he's the best goalie professionally that I've ever seen. I'm gonna bench. Wow, this is tough. Dobson's done it. I'm gonna bench Entenmann. And I'm gonna cut Dobson. I think that Dobson right now, even though he's been the best big game goalie probably in the PLL the past 2 years, he's had a better defense in front of him. I think Liam just absolutely gets shelled. So, and I've seen him do it at Notre Dame. That's a really good question, Kai. Because I think I could talk myself into every single one of them.
I have heard the most outlandish takes come out of your mouth, and you saying that Brett Dobson is going to get cut from the team is the worst thing I've ever heard a human being say.
You didn't like that take?
What are you doing? No.
Look.
That's horrible.
Liam Entenmann has 2 national championships. Brett Dobson has 2 PLL championships. Blaze Reardon's the best goalie in the world. It's a tough cut. This is a tough team to make.
But we're also saying he has 2 PLL championships and 2, they're back-to-back, by the way. He's on a streak, and he had back-to-back MVPs in both of those championship games, and you're just going to cut him off the team?
Two national championships back-to-back, college. Entenmann's kind of got it, too. He's a big game goalie as well.
Okay.
Also, I will say that the deciding factor for me is Brett Dobson, Canadian. I like my goalies American.
No. What the fuck against Canadians?
We got a gold medal game in 2028. I can't be supporting the other side right now in this type of environment.
Okay. I don't want to get into a heated debate about this, so we're just gonna go into the next one. Let's wrap it up with some quick hitters, okay? Favorite sports movie of all time?
Friday Night Lights.
Best post-game meal off campus?
Chicken Parmesan, Vincent's Clam Bar, right near Hofstra.
Oh, dang. You got like the specs and everything on that one.
Oh, yeah.
If you could make a TikTok with any lacrosse pro, who would be in it?
Wow, that's a good question. If it's a dancing TikTok, I think having like Bill Tierney with Bill Tierney would just be so funny. Maybe Bill Tierney and CJ Kirst, get them together. I think that's a very funny duo. It's a random cast of characters. If I could interview any pro lacrosse player of all time, I think that it would be Max Siebold.
Dang. I'm instantly saying either Brett Dobson, my dog, or Blaze Reardon. I'm riding with my goalies. I just love being around goalies, taking goalies' games and putting it into my game. So, asking questions and having them answer questions would be really good. I think that's why I would take Blaze Reardon or Brett Dobson.
Love those answers.
All right.
Love those answers.
So, Doogs, you're a beast. Thanks for hopping on with me today. Let the people know where they can follow you online.
You can follow me on Twitter, D00GS. Should be on that on Instagram as well as TikTok. Kai, I have to thank you so much. Thanks for letting me join the show. I'm your number one fan. I'm always here to support you. I'm going to blast this out to all the socials. If you ever need help getting a guest or anything, please hit my line.
Thank you so much. You've been an amazing guest. This was Shit-Off Sessions with KyTheGoalie. Hit that follow button, hit the like, drop a comment down below. This is KyTheGoalie out.